claps his wings. Ghost edition here. And I realized that I need to speak on my voice. And my what is. So I'm gonna try to speak loud. And if it doesn't come out loud, it just doesn't come out loud for some reason. But this is what if Naruto and Sasuke were a swordsman duo. Part 2. In part 1, Naruto and Sasuke met Itachi. They fought him off. Itachi just toyed around, fought him a little bit, and he left. He disappeared. And then, when they realized Kakashi was following them, they wondered why. But that's what you hear. So, Naruto and Sasuke were training, and then Kakashi came and said that they were about to go do some missions. So, both of them really got stoked and said yes. And then he said, no, you shouldn't be happy about this mission. We need to go save some cats or dogs first. What? No! As they said, we refuse to go if you don't let us go to a real mission. As he said, alright, I'll try it. As then they would go to the place. I forgot what the place is called. They would go to the place for the missions. And they got the same rank mission. So they will start walking there. Then a couple minutes after 30 minutes walking, everybody, Kakashi, Naruto, and Sasuke will all hear a rustle in the leaves. Naruto and Sasuke, of course, pulling out their swords. As Kakashi never really realized that they have some nice swords. But then he looked at Naruto's sword and he realized this was Minato's sword. By the way, he knows who Minato is in this. And so Minato, well, he has Minato's sword, and so, by the way, he does still have the 9 tails, he just never unlocked it. Like, everything went as planned, he's just a swordsman. But he gonna be on some, Zoro junk, because 9 tails with a sword, that's gonna be OP as ever. I'm just now realizing that, but whatever. As they were walking, they hear rustle. They see that is just a rabbit, but all of them wide-eyed, saying all at the same time, "That's a white rabbit. It's the middle of the spring." As then they would know something's up. And then you could hear charging and screaming from behind them. All of them poofing into logs and identifying who those people were. And of course, it was the twins of what's the name? I forgot their names. Dang, I need to get back up. I need to go back. But those two brothers would come at them and they would disappear, identifying who it was. Naruto and Sasuke pull out their swords, of course, and they say, "Kakashi, let us deal with this." As it will be a 2v2 fight going on for about 5 minutes until Naruto said, "I have enough of this." As he would dash quick as ever. He would get in that little anime stance and just dash quick as ever, slicing one of the brothers almost in half. The brother screaming. And then that brother would scream like, "You won't kill us!" As then one of the brothers would get sent flying from them wrapping each other around in a chain. Then Sasuke said, "Shidori!" as he would put it straight through him. And Sasuke didn't know what he just did, but he never realized that Shidori was that powerful that it can go through flesh. And the body dropped to the ground. Kakashi said, "Wait, stop. We need information from the other one." The other one being badly wounded with with a with a whole like stab halfway through his body. Then they would be so confused at what just happened. Then they would tie the last brother up as he wouldn't speak. And so then Naruto and Sasuke grabbed out their blades and said, "Tell us before we kill you." And they didn't say not one word. Well, he didn't say not one word. But finally he said, "Wait, don't kill me. I'll tell you. Just you gotta make one promise. You would try to bring back my brother. I don't care when it happens, it just needs to happen." And then Naruto and Sasuke would laugh so hardly that his ears will almost break. Kakashi knew what was going to happen, so Kakashi summoned his dogs to hold down Naruto and Sasuke. But then he said, "We're not going to kill him. Well, it's going to be a fight to the death between me and him." So they unchained him. Even though he's wounded, he can still fight pretty good. But Kakashi would call it off, and Sasuke would be with his trickery, just kick him in the side of the head, with Naruto throwing his blade dead at his eye. Not at Sasuke's eye, but at the brother's eye. He would throw it dead at his eye, as it would hit him in the eye, as he would scream in pain and agony. As then Sasuke would rip it out, making it fly into the air. As Naruto would do a backflip into the air and kick it with his foot, making it hit him straight in the forehead, killing him off. Kakashi had never seen anything like this. Two kids not afraid to kill. They were just not afraid. Like they did this before. They knew what the consequences were. They had some good moves. Kakashi was just confused. He didn't know they had this good of knowledge with ninja. And then they start walking again. As Naruto and Sasuke tapped Kakashi's shoulder, they would say, "I think Zabuza is watching us." As Kakashi would be like, How do you know who Zabuza is?" Well, that one book thing that shows like a whole bunch of records of people. Yep, we read that a lot, so we know like almost everybody. As then they would say, "We're gonna grab out our blades, and then we're gonna charge them up. We're gonna do our signature move and throw it at his head, we'll try to kill him." He said, "No, don't kill him. Knock him out. We'll be able to try to get some information from him." As then they said, "Okay." As then they would grab the blade part, and then they would say, "Shadow Clone Jutsu Tornado." As then Zabuza had no choice, because the tornado was coming his way, to jump out and say, "Clever boys." Funny. Aww. reminds me of a lot of people that I killed. Just like you two little boys. And old friend Kakashi. As Kakashi would just kick him in his neck bone, as Zabuza was saying. Nice move. As then he would be staring at Kakashi, not even looking at Naruto and Sasuke. As then he would realize he would try to turn around quickly, but he would see the back part, the holding part, like the little holding part of the thing, go straight into his face, knocking him out because it was too. And then when he finally wake up, they would interrogate him. But then somebody came for him, but they didn't fall for it. Not like in the regular one. Naruto would realize, why are they coming out for? And why do they want Zabuza? Zabuza, I don't think Zabuza has been affiliated with that village for years. Maybe he has. I'm not sure. All I know is that that's not a real. And then he would rush at the fake Ambu. As then he would take off the mask as the Ambu would dash off in the woods with Zabuza. As they would try to go dashing with him, but they were too slow. And he was too fast. I was about to say she. And then they found the bridge builder and being weird and all of that. And so then we go skip to the part where it was the big battle and all of that stuff happened, because I'm not trying to fill in all the missing things. Y'all can just imagine that by yourself. But the big battle started happening. But Naruto and Sasuke wanted to handle these two by themselves, but Kakashi couldn't let them fight Zabuza alone. Even though they could take him out, it wasn't worth it. And then Naruto would be hit by a needle from somewhere. And he would be like, what in the world? Yeah, I feel it get a little bit woozy. But he would keep his conscience and say, think that's gonna get me? As then he would dash. Is her name Haku? I don't know. Hold on, wait a minute. I gotta think about it. Okay, on that Haku. As Haku would, he would dash at Haku at blazing speed, but it wasn't his fastest. Him being hit in the side by Zabuza, him not even realizing. But Zabuza didn't realize this was a shadow clone, and Naruto was behind him the whole time. As then he would say, petty kid, and he would try to hit Naruto. But then Naruto would poof away, him knowing that was a shadow clone, and him feeling a presence behind his back. As then he would turn around quickly, seeing Naruto, him trying to dodge, but he would be cut straight in the side of the face. As he would start bleeding, he would be like, dang it, you little rat. As he would run at Naruto, throwing punches everywhere. As then Naruto would just simply shock him and say, stop being a big baby. As then Kakashi would start fighting Zabuza. As then he would see Sasuke fighting Haku all by himself in a big glass wall. And he would wonder what the heck that was. And so he would go over there and blast in and say, Sasuke, you alright? As Sasuke would be impaled with a whole bunch of needles, not caring. he would stand there as he was screaming, trying to get all the needles out. And then Naruto, like in the show, he would start blocking all of them, trying to protect Sasuke. Sasuke was kind of like a brother to him, so he had to protect him. As he would fight for him, but then he got angered really fast, going Nine Tails mode. I think that was the first mode, and not like the finish mode. But his speed would increase by 2 times. His max speed already being super fast, but with the Nine Tails, he would be insanely fast. That time would basically almost slow down. But he would start dashing at every little one of the needles, blocking every single one. All the needles were going back in Haku's direction, but Naruto got the illusion. He just couldn't stop to help Sasuke. So, all of this time, he was telling the plan to Sasuke as he was blocking. He would tell Sasuke that she's just moving really fast to mirror, so it looks like it's multiple of her. All we have to do is find where she's going next, and I can use my as then the Nine Tails started kicking him more into where he almost couldn't control his body. But then he would scream and say, I can't let whatever is trying to take me over. As then his speed was still increasing, but he'd still be at his right mind. He'd move fast as ever, breaking one of the mirrors. As then Haku didn't know how this was possible. Those mirrors were basically unbreakable. As then she didn't know what it was. Was it the sword? Was it his speed? What was it? As then he dashed at the next window she was at, where she would dash over. He would put his foot and just on the mirror and dash to the next one that she was at. So Akuna at the next one that she was going at. And then she didn't know what to do. And Naruto got it. And then here we go, this petty little kid. You thought you could take me? Let alone me and Sasuke. As then he would start laughing. As then he would show Zabuza a knocked out, unconscious Haku. As then Zabuza would say, put the kid down. The kid didn't do anything. As then Naruto would drop him. As then Kakashi would have a nice battle. As then he asked Sasuke, where you see his blade. And Sasuke thought of, wait, we could be like a trio, a swordsman trio. As then, but he thought about it and said, nah, we'll just let him use it. As he would throw the blade. As then he would grab, and as then he would summon his dogs for a second time of the day, and then they will hold him down. As then Kakashi seen Sasuke do Shidori. He copied it, so now he could do it. He will hold out a Shidori, and then he would dash forward, pinning the Shidori right up to his face. He said, what did the kid have to do this? Why did you do this to the kid? Let the kid go. And then he said, never. He's my apprentice. He's my sidekick. As then Kakashi, Naruto, and Sasuke came up with the combo attack off the spot without even saying one word to each other. As Naruto would jump up in the air, as Sasuke would too, but not as high. Sasuke would push his foot up into the air, and then Kakashi would push his foot up into the air. Then Sasuke would do a backflip off of Naruto's back, and then he would come down, and they would do their tornado, but from above. making the guy go down into the ground instead of up into the sky. And then Kakashi will rush through there with max speed and going like I don't know, just max speed, fast as ever, as he will charge up a Chidori and hit Zabuza. And then he would come back around with his elbow and hit him in the back of the head. And then Naruto will come down with the back of his heel and smack Zabuza in the back of his head. As he would be knocked out, as well as they'll both be. But then we just go skip all the blood and die and stupid part, because I don't like that part for some reason. I don't know why. But we just go skip that part. And this is the end of the what if. And this what it is has come to an end to. And hopefully I was a little bit louder in this what if than my last one. But we just go roll with it. This was Sir Claps's What Ifs, Ghost Edition. And this was what if Naruto and Sasuke were a swordsman duo. Sir Claps's What Ifs out.